Danny Ainge's lofty place in Celtic history will always be secure. For teaming up three in their prime superstars and winning the 2008 NBA championship, Ainge will always be known as one of the NBA's great GMs. But that lone title hasn't stopped critics and fans alike from questioning Ainge's most recent moves. In a year that saw franchise-level players like DeMarcus Cousins, Jimmy Butler, and Paul George get moved for packages that the Celtics could have easily trunked with their treasure trove of draft picks and young players, the whispers that Ainge had fallen more in love with accruing assets than fielding a team that could battle the Cavs and Warriors grew increasingly louder. But all that chatter came to a sudden halt on July 4th when All-Star Gordon Hayward announced his decision to sign with the Celtics. Ainge was able to create the rare NBA team that can both legitimately call itself an NBA Finals contender and a squad built for the distant future. Hayward is a solid two-way player that's just entering his prime. He's a 20-point-per-game scorer that should draw defensive attention away from Isaiah Thomas and open up the floor for his teammates to easily attack the paint. With he, Thomas, Al Horford, Avery Bradley, Jay Crowder, youngsters Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, and a bevy of high lottery picks to come, the Celtics are uniquely positioned to contend with the Cavs in the East next season and primed to eventually dethrone LeBron James for good when the King finally ages out of his prime and the Celtics' assets become real productive players. And the most remarkable part of all that is that Ainge was able to assemble this team of all-stars and young talent without giving much away. Thomas, a 29-point-per-game scorer, was added to the roster from the Suns for Marcus Thornton and a late 2016 first-round pick. Horford and Gordon, two all-stars, were signed in free agency in back-to-back offseason, meaning the Celtics didn't have to forfeit anything in return. Jaylen Brown and Tatum came via the comically lopsided Paul Pierce-Kevin Garnett trade with the Nets. Avery Bradley was drafted and developed into a two-way player in-house. Jay Crowder, though his defense has slipped a bit, is an improving three-point shooter and a valuable wing that was a throw-in the Rajon Rondo trade to Dallas in 2014. He's also on a bargain bin contract with 3 years left at only $8 million annually. All this, and we haven't even mentioned that Boston has two high lottery picks to come from New Jersey and LA or Sacramento, and not to mention two more first-round picks from the Clippers and Grizzlies in 2019. Not everything is all rosy for Boston. The Celtics choosing to trade away the pick that became Markelle Fultz could come back to haunt the franchise for years if Fultz turns into an all-NBA guy. Isaiah Thomas is 28 and coming off a scary hip injury that sidelined him for the playoffs and will command a max deal next summer. A scary proposition considering the guy is 5'9" and already one of the worst defenders in the league. Horford at age 31 is just outside the team's core age group and has battled injury bugs since his days with the Hawks. Gordon, for all the attention paid to his free agency this summer, has never made an All-NBA team and has one single All-Star bid under his belt. The team can get overpowered on the boards, and if Thomas has an off-shooting night, the offense has trouble scoring enough baskets to make up for its lack in size. But every team has its faults, and nitpicking a talented squad like these Celtics before they even get a full training camp together seems premature. Look, the Celtics aren't the favorites to win the East in 2018, but they're in the discussion. The team as it's built right now is projected to be a top 2 seed, and if a few things break right and they get some injury luck facing the Cavs, perhaps could find themselves facing the Warriors in the finals, a team they've always played well against in the Brad Stevens era. And if that doesn't happen, and they once again get ousted by LeBron in the Eastern Conference Finals, that won't be the end of the world either. Because Danny Ainge's masterpiece of a team will only get better with time and future assets to come. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you hit the like button or leave a comment below to help this channel grow. I read every comment and always look forward to what you guys have to say about these videos, good, bad, or indifferent. Thanks!